It's nearly bedtime now. Well, it's nearly 2 in the morning, so but I've just been speaking to God about something that I thought I should probably bring to the attention of people who may want to listen. Um, Basically, it goes from the point of when you think about it, there are certainly some people now, and there will be people when the church gets right who are going to suddenly be aware that they've wasted 20, 30, maybe 40 years of their life as a Christian. That they've just been playing Christianity, playing church. And I think all of us, to a certain degree, have wasted time. I know I have. I know I certainly wouldn't be honest if I was saying I haven't wasted any part of my life. We're human. We make mistakes. We're always going to make mistakes. And I think the most important reason why we make so many mistakes is because we don't have the right people around us. Well, I know from my situation, I don't have anyone around me. I mean, I've made the effort. I've made the effort to get close to the few people that I've known that I felt that I could have a good friendship with and maybe grow as a Christian by being with those people. One of them moved to New Zealand. Well, not sort of. One of them has this situation where he wants to be in New Zealand during the colder time in the UK, and then back in the UK during the summertime. And most of the time he doesn't come back because they can't afford it, because they have to basically get other people to give them money to be able to travel back or to and fro. And if they can't do that, they just stay where they are. Then there's another company who are from South Africa, and they decided to move back to South Africa. And since then, I've been to certain groups to meet people, and I went to a house group that I felt might be useful. But that house group was led by pastors, and they openly admit that God told them He wanted them to do certain things within the group. But because there were people in the group that weren't able to do that, they disobeyed God and said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do things this way instead. And so after a while, I couldn't stay there because of the fact that, you know, I can see what's wrong. I can see why things aren't working. And I can't just sit there and be quiet. And I can't do that in a church. I can't just sit there and be quiet in a church when I can see quite clearly what's going on and, you know, what they need to do. And of course, I'm sort of saying to God, well, Lord, you know, I know if I was ready, you could actually send me here and I could get this place sorted out. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm here and I can't pretend that everything's okay. And so I've struggled daily on my own. And the problem is life is tough. And the way life goes, you know, quite often we don't learn from the mistakes we make anymore as adults. Because as you get older, things happen and then you try and learn from it, you go to bed, the next day something else happens, and it just all piles on top and piles on top and piles on top and piles on top. And as insane as That sounds to a lot of people, that is life. That's the life they have, especially because of the fact that for some reason they're not functioning the way they should do as a Christian. And with that being the case, they often don't have the protections that the Bible says they would have. And so they find life incredibly difficult. And when we don't learn from our mistakes, we keep on repeating them. And that's the reality of the situation. The answer to it is just try and fight every day. As I said in previous videos, just try and keep your head above water. God willing, there'll be land soon that you can swim to. And then, hopefully things will improve. But that's very much the case. We struggle in life, and we struggle as Christians, we struggle as churches. And the reason why we struggle is because we more than often don't have the right people around us. The people who can give us a kick up the backside when we need to, who can give us a shoulder to lean on when we need that to happen. Hopefully, in the next year or so, if the church gets itself sorted, that we will start to find the sort of people that can help us to get to where we need to get to, so we can be great vessels for God to use. So even though our lives may not have been great up until now, they can finish incredibly strongly. See, in the end, folks, it doesn't really matter. If you've wasted 40 years of your life, it doesn't matter. It's not how you started the race, it's not how you were in the majority of the race, it's how you finish. Finishing and the way you finish is what matters. If you can finish with a flurry of blessings upon you, and you being a blessing upon others, and God being glorified in your life, even if it's in the last 6 months or the last year of your life, in God's eyes, that completely erases all that you didn't do beforehand. So, what you didn't do in the past won't condemn you. You've got time to turn it around. As long as you've got time to turn it around, go for it. Continue being hopeful. Things are tough, but, well, in the end, God's left us here for a reason. And we have to hope, we have to believe that even though it looks sometimes nearly impossible, nothing is impossible for God. For the Lord that we have, for the Lord that died for us, nothing is impossible. And things could change very, very quickly. Because though you may seem to be 1,000 miles away from where you need to be, that distance can be crossed in seconds. So, it's now the beginning of the week, so have a wonderful week and enjoy. Life is to be enjoyed, it's not supposed to be a struggle. We're not supposed to simply survive, we're supposed to thrive. So let's find a way to thrive. Not in the world's way, in God's way. And if what we're doing isn't working, go to God. Let's ask God if there's a better way for us to do things, if there's a right way, and what the right way is. Put it this way, there is a better way, there is a right way. We haven't been doing it that way. Partly because of the fact that we often try and copy what other people did, not realizing that that was the way God wanted them to do things. That's not necessarily the way He wants us to do things. We are individual. Our walks are individual. Our journeys are individual. And even though we may be similar to other people in our personalities, and even though our ministries may be very similar to other people's, they won't be the same. So how we get there, how we do that and do those things, even what the ministries end up being. That's an individual thing. And we just need to realize where our path is supposed to be, what our path is supposed to be, where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing. Because with God, He doesn't say, you're all Christians, so you all do things the same way. He says, I know you, I chose you. And because I chose you to do things a certain way. I have a plan just for you. We just need to learn what that plan is. We just need to be able to spend that quiet time with God. To be able to learn what that plan is, because we live in a busy world, in a noisy world. So, make some time, some quiet time with God in this week if you can. Just make a bit more quiet time than you normally do. Spend some time with God, spend some time in prayer. And when I say in prayer, I don't mean telling God everything you need. He knows everything you need already. Listen. Listen. Listen to God. Let your spirit be in contact with the Spirit of God. Be led, be guided. Understand who you are in God's eyes. Understand His plan for you. And move forward. Be blessed. I'll leave this for now because I've got to feed the doggies. And I've got to get up at a reasonable time tomorrow morning. So, God bless you, folks. And I will speak to you again soon. You take care. Bye-bye. And if anything else needs to be said, I will be sure to come on again and do another recording. God bless you. Bye-bye.